It says recording, so we're going to go with it. We're just going to go with it. So you are being recorded. I feel like I have to warn you now, like they do on those calls. They're like, warning, this call may be recorded for future purposes, whatever they say. Not that, but whatever. I'm going to drink more of this. All right, so we are super pumped because I'm actually not going to talk a lot today. That's not why we're pumped. But we have a lot of information that we felt that it was kind of best that we just come at you kind of not just like throw a bunch of text at you, but kind of share a little bit from each of our perspectives. Any little tidbits that we learned at Summit, any really just anything that happened at Summit that we felt that we wanted to share, because it's one thing to kind of watch it. I don't know if any of you watched the live stream, but then it's another thing to be there and kind of experience everything. And you guys have heard me tell you how amazing Summit is, and you've heard Caitlin tell you how amazing Summit is, and some of the other leaders how amazing it is. But we wanted to kind of let you hear that from other people who maybe this was their first Summit, maybe it was their second Summit, and just kind of share some of the new things that are coming up, and then explain a little bit about where we think this team is headed, which is kind of exciting. It's exciting to me. I've been listening to a lot of like personal development that's been like pumping me way up. So get ready. I'll talk last though. But I want, if it's okay with you guys, we're just going to kind of bump to anybody who wants to talk that was at Summit, and they'll just kind of explain to you any little nugget that they felt was like super duper important. You guys can just start by saying, I don't know, like describe your Summit experience, and then like share your important fact. Y'all, Felicia's taking a shot of Energize, like she's like, she's like, hold on. Okay, I'm ready. All right, so I'm just going to pick somebody to go first. I'm going to pick Nicole because she has her notes out. Look at her. She's like,
she looks ready.
She looks ready. Like, I'm prepared for this. Meanwhile, my eyes are so puffy still from sleeping. So
I've been up for 6 minutes, like literally.
6 minutes?
Yeah, I've been up for 6 minutes. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, same.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So if you start talking way too long, I'll just cut you off. No, just kidding. Okay. Say whatever you need to say. All right. Ready, set, go.
Yeah. All right. So Summit was really like mind-blowing. And I'll be completely honest, like I was really nervous about, I was more willing to go because I could drive. And the girls know this, like next year will be different, but I've never been on a plane. So when I found out Indy was like within driving reason, I had to like I needed to go. And I was kind of at this point where I know my capabilities and I know what I can do, and I know how motivated and self-driven I can be on a goal. And to me, it's not like a specific goal I need to reach. It's just a matter of like sharing this love of what we do with others. So I, from Lacey, she's my upline, and then Caitlin as well. They just kept saying like, you really need to try if you can make it happen. And that just, I made it happen. Like I'm working extra hours. I'm doing summer school. It's being paid for. Like I made it work. And when I was there, I was nervous. Like I was happy and excited to see everybody, but like some of these people you've met and some of these people you've not met, and you think like, okay, how are we going to be like in the real world? Like, are we going to mesh? Are we going to get along? Like, it was just awesome. And I would say like, I've never, like, you don't get a lot of sleep at all. And I'm a sleep person. So like in the mornings, I was just kind of like I remember Caitlin was like, get up, Nicole. Okay, I'm up. And it was great. And like everybody was just so sweet and they're rooting for you and you're rooting for everybody. And like, it probably wasn't until Saturday night when we were at the last ceremony. And I cried some throughout the weekend, like would tear up. Rachel Hollis definitely did it, and Jade Simmons for sure did it. If you don't follow Jade Simmons, you need to follow Jade Simmons on Instagram. But it wasn't until Saturday night that I felt like I found my place. Like I was like, yeah, I was meant to be here. I was meant to hear some of these things. I was meant to experience this. I was meant to not get a lot of sleep, and I was meant to work out for an hour and a half. And, you know, it was just the whole thing. And then, you know, when they posted tickets, I was like, oh crap, I have to get on a plane. Like, I gotta do it because I did it and I know what it felt like. And it's just one of those things you learn to get out of your comfort zone. You were always getting out of your comfort zone. It's just a matter of what is it this time? And every time you push yourself a little further and you push yourself a little further, you realize like, this is grander than what you make it grander than what it seems. And you're so proud of yourself in the end when you do it, that anybody on the fence, you need to do it. You need to do it. I'm telling you, you have a whole year. I sat down like right after Summit and I figured out how much I spent. And then for the year going forward, it's like, okay, I have to save this much a check or this much a month. Or if I help this many people, it pays for my products, which I can, you know, you can do it. You can totally do it. So I loved it. I loved meeting all you girls. And I can't wait for next year. I will say it's like going to be like a month after my wedding. So I still might be like on that wedding high. But it'll be all good. So I'm done.
You're awesome. I'm Caitlin texted me and she's like, I'm tearing up already. And I was like, I know. So yeah, what she said, like everything was amazing. And I'm so happy that you already bought your ticket and you're coming again next year. And lots of other people will be flying out of Pittsburgh apparently now. So you're good. You're good, girl. All right.
Nicole, I love that you said it's like each little step is getting out of your comfort zone. Like it is. I went to my first summit by myself, literally by myself. I was a coach for 3 months and I flew to Vegas and like I like remember walking in and being like, now who do I hang out with? Like I don't, the only people I knew were like my upline, Rob, a dude. Like, but I went and I haven't ever not gone since because that changed my life. So it's taking that first leap.
All right, cool. Who wants to go next? Dak, Becky? Anybody? Becky? Dak looks like she's still writing. Go ahead, Becky.
Hi, is it working? Yeah, okay. I'm not very proficient with Zoom. Hi, yeah. So this was my first summit as well. And honestly, when I heard Rachel Hollis was going to be the keynote speaker, that's what like sealed the deal for me. I was like, well, I mean, like, whatever. I'm not doing a ton with my Beachbody business, but it's Rachel Hollis. So like, that's worth the ticket. And it's funny because in her keynote that she gave that I've probably watched several times since I've been home, but one of the things she said was like, people, hi buddy. So some people will show up to that experience and like they'll have specific things written down that they want to get out of that weekend and out of that experience. And then there will be another group of people that are like, I'm here, I'm going to drink margaritas and I'm going to live my best life. Like that was me going into Summit, but honestly, like what I got out of it was beyond what my expectations were. I don't know, like I felt like I had a little bit of momentum with my Beachbody business, and then, you know, our winter was just totally wacky, and I kind of like, I fell off the wagon with my business, but, you know, I'm realizing now that it's because like I fell off the wagon with my routines too. So a big part of what they talk about is like consistency and being a product of the product. And, you know, one of the biggest things for me is like, and this is so stupid, but like I feel super duper awkward, like doing an Insta story and like it being more than a picture. Like I can post a picture, but I have to sit there and like talk. I feel super awkward. But when you're surrounded by 20,000 people that are like, hi guys, I'm at Summit and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like it's just surrounding yourself with people who can push you to be better and to help push you out of your comfort zone. And, you know, while there were 1,000 nuggets that we could take away from Summit, like I feel like some of the biggest things that I took away were what I was observing from all the coaches and the people around me. And like, obviously everything that Nicole said too. It was just like super duper fun and we had a blast together. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just so uplifting and inspiring. And it just gives you the kick in the butt that you need to be like, hey, like we are helping people. And like, how cool is it that we get to be part of that and we get to help people? And it's like, how far we take it is, I mean, it's in our hands, you know, like it's completely and totally up to us. So, you know, I just feel like having that Summit experience just gives you new perspective and can help you kind of like take it to the next level. Plus we're like super fun people, and especially when we're together. So, I mean, nothing else. You just like come and hang out and have a good time and dance and laugh your butt off and, you know, eat a 7-pound bag of combos and you just you know, we don't put that on an Insta story, but you know, no, it was amazing. And I already have my ticket for New Orleans and we're going to have so much fun in the Pittsburgh airport. And I'm so excited. And I'm so excited there's so many of us coming next year. So that's it.
All the combos. Yes. Awesome. Yeah, it was definitely, I mean, the way that I describe it is you walk through, like in the elevator, people talk to each other. That's the difference between like a conference full of your people. And I know Sherry was just at a conference, a different kind of conference, but basically like everybody has like a common thread and like everybody knows what each other are going through. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just a different experience that y'all need to experience. Anyway, all right, Dak. Emma, do you say hi to Dak? You see Dak?
Hi, Emma.
Remember her? Hi. Okay, bye.
I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of similar things to say as far as Nicole and like what Nicole and Becky already said. But this was my second Summit, so I think that last year I kind of was in the same boat as Becky. Like I really enjoy Beachbody, but I didn't feel like I was super going anywhere with my business. And it definitely gets you excited. Not only does it give you like a bunch of ideas and resources and you kind of get to see how other people are doing things, but it also just gets you more excited and on fire about what Beachbody means. Like it's not just selling health and fitness products. Like it is a whole, I don't know what a good word for it is, but it's just, it's nice to see that you're a part of something bigger than yourself. Like it is really a whole community just of people wanting to help each other and impact other people's lives. I would say that this year, of course, Rachel Hollis was amazing. And then Jade Simmons comes out, who I've never even heard of, and she was just as good. So their keynote speakers are always on point. And it doesn't only, I mean, yes, we're there for Beachbody, but it doesn't only talk for Beachbody. Like it really just is a very good personal development, life-changing experience as a whole. So the training sessions in the afternoons, of course, are more Beachbody driven, but the keynote speakers are really just a uplifting and inspiring as far as just that we are made for more and we are put on this path in life for a purpose. But I don't know, my biggest takeaway, I was trying to think of one, I guess something that and this is more business related, but something I took away and I'm trying to be better about is one of the speakers in the afternoon talked about like your social media presence being kind of like your handprint, and Beachbody, and I think I said this the other night, but Beachbody is only like the thumbprint. Like, yes, Beachbody is a big part of our lives now, but it isn't our entire life. So I'm trying to be better about sharing more consistently about all things about my life, not just about Beachbody, which is hard and awkward and scary at times to push post on something. But even just little things here and there, like I'm sitting out in the sunshine today, or my grocery shopping, or whatever, I mean, walking the dogs, whatever it may be, but just trying to be better about talking about life as a whole a little more consistently and not just about Beachbody, because yes, it's a big part of us, but it's not 100% who we are. So that she kind of explained it as a percentage, and this is, 20% of you is Beachbody, but make sure that you're just sprinkling that in and also talking about the rest of who you are. I already have my ticket for next year, so definitely will be going again. And I'm super excited that our group has already doubled, I think, from this year. So, and we haven't even made it 2 weeks out from Summit. So I know more people will join us.
I'm so excited. And I love that handprint thing, that like visual, because people, they want to know that you are a person. They want to know somebody who they can know, who they can like, who they can trust, right? You've heard that before. And somebody wants to know that they relate to you on other levels. If the only thing they can relate to you is you're on a health and fitness journey too, okay, well, so are a million other people. Why don't I go talk to them? People come to me because maybe I've talked about anxiety before. People come to me because maybe I have girls. People come to me because maybe I was a Zumba instructor. Like, I'm looking at 2 girls right now that were in my Zumba class, like, and now they're coaches. So you guys have to definitely, whenever you're looking at your social media, just like scroll through and be like, what am I talking about? And somebody else, I think you talked about this, or maybe Becky did, about consistency. If you aren't consistently showing up in just to show up, do you think that people will think that you're consistent with your health and fitness goals, or that you'll consistently support them as a coach? You got to do it all. You have to keep showing up. Good morning, Willow. I'll give you a second to wake up before you talk. Okay. Yeah. Tell me what your biggest takeaway was. All right. Who's up? Felicia? Yes? Okay, cool.
Yep. All right. So I kind of want to go back to when I first started with Beachbody. I heard about Summit and I was like, there's no way that I'm going. I'll buy the ticket, but there's no way that I'm going. This is way out of my comfort zone. I just kind of started it because I wanted to feel better with my depression and anxiety. I just wanted to feel better overall. There's no way that I'm going to something like this that's going to be way out of my comfort zone. So I purchased the ticket, and when I was purchasing it, I was like, I'm just going to sell it. Like, I'm not going to go. But as I kept going on with my journey, like, I kept seeing things brought up from Summit. I kept seeing people's progress. I kept seeing people grow. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I can do this too. So I'm so glad that I continued and I bought the ticket when I did, because I would have never been able to go. So with that said, then when I first got out of the airport and coming downstairs to go get my bags, and of course somebody's going to start mowing the lawn. But I was like, holy crap buckets, like, I am here. How did I make it here? Like, I was so nervous. I was like, who am I going to talk to? My girls weren't even there yet. And I was like, you know what, Felicia, you're going to go out of your comfort zone. You're going to do things on your own, and you're going to just explore and experience something that you've never experienced before. So that's what I did. And being there, I got to experience so many different things. So I went down to the core shop, and when I went to the core shop, I saw that Autumn was down there doing a book signing, and I was like, oh man, like the line's so long, I'm not gonna be able to make it. And I'm always that person that's so nervous to talk to anybody. But when I was there, I started to really open up and start talking to everyone, because everybody was so welcoming and everybody had like the same thing in common. It was just amazing. So I went up to these two girls that were waiting in line. They were pretty close in line to be seeing all of them and get the signature. And I just randomly went out of my comfort zone, and I was like, can I cut in line with you guys? Like, can I kind of be a part of your group? Can we talk? Like, is this your first summit? Like, how's it all going? And they were like, oh yeah, absolutely. You be a part of our group. Come on in. And I was able to get in line so close, and I was able to meet up with Autumn and got a picture with her, got my book signed. And then on top of that, she wanted me to go to these guys that she had to video record a YouTube video. So that was pretty awesome, and that was completely out of my comfort zone. But I did it, and that's the thing. During Summit, you do so many different things that are out of your comfort zone, and you keep growing and growing and growing. And and eventually my emotions got the best of me, because I was like, how am I here? Like, Rachel Hollis is right in front of me. Just seeing other women who had suffered some of the same things that I've suffered with through life, and just hearing their stories and how they became what they are now, and how they have just kept growing and kept moving forward and kept going out of their comfort zone to be able to be that person. So coming from home from Summit, it was like mind blowing, because I was back in reality, but now I have so much on me that I know now, and how to be able to help so many. Like, even if they don't choose the workouts to do, like, I want to be able to help them with their depression and anxiety. I want to be able to help them with coming out of their comfort zone, like taking a trip out to New Orleans next year. Like, just do it. Don't be scared, because so many of my friends are like, I wanted them to come with and be able to be a part of this journey, and they're like, oh no, like that's not me, that's not what I normally do. And I'm like, you guys just come out of your comfort zone. It's more than just the workouts. But yeah, so some of the things that I got from these speakers, when one big thing was when, I forget who said it, was it Jade or Rachel? I can't remember, but somebody said that we are not just a mom. We are not just a daughter. We are not just a coach. Like, I felt like that really, really took place in my heart, because I always said that I was just a medical assistant. I am just a mom. Like, we're not. We are a mom. We are working hard, and we are amazing people. Everybody has their own stories and everything else, that we're not just. So I thought that was really, really good. Trying to think of the other stuff. Oh, and comparing yourself to others, like, we shouldn't be doing that, because that, like, definitely kills your joy, as Rachel Hollis said. It kind of makes it harder for you to grow if you're constantly comparing yourself to others. Like, it's your journey, your life. Like, I posted on my Facebook yesterday about me wearing overalls, because I always never wore overalls or never did certain things, because of the fact that I always worried about what other people thought. And I always worried about what people would think about me, like I said. And so I would not do it. So, and I missed out on so much of that. So from going to the Summit, I've learned that, like, I'm not going to compare myself anymore. Like, I'm going to be me. This is my life. This is my story. I don't want to miss out anymore. So just like I said, with going to Summit, it had opened my eyes so much. It was my first time flying by myself, first time coming to a big city and exploring on my own without anybody with me. I just learned so much. And even if you are not wanting to go because you're scared or because you don't have nobody, I promise you, when you get there, you will find somebody. On my plane trip home, I sat next to another Beachbody coach, and we began to talk. And I thought I was playing and not talk to anybody. I was just gonna listen to music or watch Netflix or whatnot. But I talked to her just because that's what I've been doing. And sure enough, she was a medical assistant too, and she had kids, and she went through a divorce and her depression, anxiety, and her work problems just like I did. And we talked the whole entire trip. So it's amazing when you get there, or when you're even coming back, the people that you would meet. Even though you are by yourself, you won't be by yourself very long. At my Shanti workout, I made a new friend there too. Like going to the core, I made a whole bunch of friends every time I went down there. So like, don't worry about being alone, because you won't be, because everybody is so welcoming and so friendly. They have a lot of similarities. So, but that's kind of some of the things that I kind of wrote down when I knew that we were going to be speaking about this. And I'm going next year again. I cannot wait to go to New Orleans. Never been out that way, so I'm pretty excited.
Awesome. I'm so excited. You guys, I want to go like right now. I'm ready. My bags are kind of unpacked from, I could just throw more stuff in it.
Nope, mine are not.
More stuff in there would be good. Anyway, okay, we have 6.5 minutes left. I could probably talk for 80,000 more minutes, but Lacey, I'm going to let you share whatever you want to share, if you are able. She's like, oh yeah, I'm ready. And then we might hop back on because I'm sure Caitlin wants to talk and I want to talk. So, all right, Lacey.
Okay. I'm going to keep my short. It was my second summit, but last year after my first summit was when my business really took off. So like the last half of the year, because of summit, because it gets you all hyped up and you get to preview all these new like things coming out, and that's exciting for people because someone wants someone new. Like it's like the MM100. Like I know a whole bunch of my challengers are like, got my package in the mail, I'm ready to do this kind of stuff, and it's nice to be all on the same page. So like the 2 new programs that are coming out, I already have people like who are hyped up about it because I did like a little, like just an announcement in my IG story, and I did it once and I had so many people talk to me about it. But my takeaway from this year was different than last year because I was kind of still a newbie, and Caitlin and I have been working a lot together to build this team, and it's kind of taking me to like, I need to build my team so we can build our team kind of thing. So I took away more of a leadership stance, and I actually had a team call with some of my coaches who are under me and their coaches just to be like, okay, we need to expand this and help more people and get more people under this lifestyle because it is life changing. And so from the keynotes, kind of go along with everyone else, I'm done with other people's opinions of me. And I think in the back, I think that we're scared to show who we really are. And it kind of hit me all at once where I'm like, you know what? Like, and I told, who did I tell yesterday? Veronica maybe? That like that picture I put on Facebook, I didn't even put an 80-day, 140-pound ab Lacey with a bra on Facebook when I did 80-day. And I'm like, who is this person? And I don't care anymore. And I think it's because I think more moms need to feel empowered to show that it's okay to look like that, because one, you house the baby and you birth the baby, and that's a flippin' superpower if you ask me. So I want to show all those aspects of my life. And what I did that with my business is I'm going through those 200 some likes that I got and personally thanking them for watching my journey. And that's planting a seed, because they are watching my journey and maybe they'll decide to join me one day. Because I think that's the biggest thing that we can share, is just a vulnerable you kind of thing. So that's basically what it took. And I met my friend who I've been talking to about, 7 months now on Instagram that we just met. It was a hashtag. And we started talking, and she was a fellow teacher, and we got to do a Tony Horton workout together, and we got to meet in person, which is so fun. And it's like it was kind of like meeting Molly last year for the first time. It's like you knew her, but you didn't know her, and you're like, I'm hugging a complete stranger, but I actually know her. And it was kind of like Becky and Felicia. And those girls this year, it was like, don't know you guys, but now I know you guys kind of thing. So that's pretty cool, I think. So that was basically my takeaways. I'm ready to grow our team so we can, Kayla and I can be talking on the main stage of Summit as the number 1 and number 3 coach. I'm just saying. Or number 1, number 2. I mean, it could happen. And that's my spiel.
And
I'm going next year.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Everything about this call is like pumping me up. Anybody else? I'm glad I recorded it because these are some good nuggets. Awesome. Caitlin, we've got 2 minutes.
Well.
Are you crying?
Yeah, I've been crying the whole time. Well, you guys know, I'm going to be real brief. I've been to my 5th summit. My first summit, I woke up that Thursday as a diamond coach. Super exciting, right? I missed my 3rd summit because I birthed Willow the morning of summit. So then this 5-year, really technically, I walked the stage. So I'm like, all right, so number 7, I'm probably going to do something really big, right? Like, I don't know, top 10. But yeah, I just love this, you guys. The community is like 100% what does it for me. And seeing all of you guys experience this. Like, I could just sit back. Like, Molly and I were at dinner the night that you guys all came down, and you're all going to log back on, right? Because we still have to work out. I'm going to finish this because it's going to end and it's something worthy of saying. But Molly and I, when we were sitting at TGI Fridays eating, all of the rest of the girls, right? They all walked down and they're all having so much fun, and like, we're like, Mom.
Because we have less than a minute. So let's hop off and hop back on. I'm going to stop the recording and all that jazz. So